Alright, welcome to a new video. Today's going to be a video about Giganoto. It's a bit different because I am doing audio and I'm playing the game at the same time. I know last video I said I'd do a part 2, but I had a cold the past few days. I'm still got a bit of a cold now. So I thought I'd just do one of these because they're a bit easier to do and a bit more fun as well. So I also wanted to thank you for 600 subscribers. It's a pretty big number. I'm trying to hit 1,000. So if you haven't subscribed and you're still watching videos, please do subscribe. As you can see, I also just sort of added this sort of stuff here. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I could do some seating or something here, I guess. I don't know, but it looks better than just being empty, I suppose. So here we'll do Giga. So Giga lived about 90 to 110 million years ago. So it lived in southern Argentina. And if I pull up this image here, so its environment, it would have like braided rivers, right? And I got some images here of what I want to go for. I think I like this one. That one's nice. Yeah, I think this one, and this one I think I'm going to try and do. I don't want it too big. I like the curve of this one, so I think I'm going to try and do something with that. I think I got an idea for what we're going to do. Let's flatten it. Yeah. Okay, just kind of bring it down. Yeah, it could be a bit rough at the moment, it doesn't matter. Okay, just gonna bring it down here like that. I think that looks quite nice. Yeah, I quite like how that looks. Now actually at the end of this tip here, I kind of want to make it a bit more wetlandy, because the area that it lived, it was like floodplains. It changed massively. Sometimes it was kind of more dry, sometimes it was more wet. So I want to try and show that off here a little bit. Actually marsh. What would look better? Oh, see, that gives this annoying stuff. What if I just... Yeah, okay. Groundwater it is. Raise this up a bit more. Alright, let's fill this all up. Yeah, so I want this all to be like a big muddy pit where the rivers are going to be. Okay, wetland is in. And it looks a little bit silly at the moment, but it'll end up looking pretty good by the end of it. You know, is this going to work actually? I've not tried this. Isn't really what I was hoping for. Maybe not. You can change that. You can't change it to groundwater though. Dirt doesn't do anything. Beach does, but not really the colour I was kind of wanting. Okay. Let's just go all the way back. What if I do deep water? Well, that's hopefully something they can fix in the future. but we have to make do with what it is now. Alright, so there's sort of one big long river down here. Now we'll braid it, so we'll take another river and sort of mangle it together. Like that. Now I'm going to go in with this remove water and just thinning it all up.
It's quite fiddly because, you know, you don't want it to be too thick, but you don't want it to be too thin either. So just take your time with this bit, don't rush it.
Okay, in some areas where you think actually it could be maybe a bit more liquid in there, feel free to add a bit more in. You're gonna have some areas that are a bit thicker than normal. Okay, so something else I thought we could add is find the image. Yes. So it's a terrible image, but these steep sandbank cliffs. I think they look pretty cool, pretty unique. So I thought we'd add something like that. Now, where do you put them? Well, if the river's flowing like this, right, it's eroding these sides, and these are where the sand gets deposited. So let's try and figure out how we want to do this.
Okay, let's find some different sands now. I quite like that one, but a bit too white. I think it'll have to do though. We can always blend it in with other textures, so it doesn't really matter.
Alright, and then over here as well, I'm just going to mark it out where I want them to be.
Alright, let's start building the sandbanks here. So we're going to raise it up a little bit and flatten it off. We don't want it too steep, but we don't want it so it's not noticeable. I like to smoothen out the sides as well, so it's not a sudden cliff. You know, it's more gradual.
Okay, there you go. So you've got kind of a sandbank. So you see, you get some green bits coming through.
Yeah, so make sure when you do this you turn off align to surface, and then the trees will just all stick up in the same direction and they won't start going off in different directions. Make sure you get smaller trees as well, that always looks good. Fill in some of the gaps. Alright, I lost a bit of footage there, but we're back. All I did was just kind of extend that out, and I added this little kind of floodplain area here. So when this river overfills, it goes in here. So I've made this sort of a wet area. And now I'm just going to do what we did over here with all these bushes across all of this. Now you want to go with mostly dried up plants, but also some healthy plants as well. You know, it's not meant to be like a desert, it's just meant to be like an area that's had less water than normal, you know. We're trying to recreate a bit of a drought, but not like a desert. So, you know, you can add plants and things in. Now I want to place the tree sort of around the area where the water has been, just to sort of emulate that. That's where all the trees like to grow. But obviously, you know, you can place them wherever. normal brush just to fill in some of the gaps, connect up the spaces, and then you get these nice open areas where it's kind of naturally spaces out. Right, and now it's pretty much the same thing along the other side. Although I do something a bit different in this section, which we'll see now. So I made this little sort of place here where I'm going to have the water to come in. You know, like what I said before about the outside of the rivers erode more. So I kind of imagined that there would be a little section here that was kind of eroded out. And, you know, just have a bit of fun with it, really. Yeah, so I came up with this nice sort of pattern to do with the walls. I would fill them in with this sand and then kind of texture them with the rock. And I think it comes out looking pretty nice. Pretty happy with it. I had little extra bits on the ground here of sand, and I'm going to fill that in with wetland later on. And it's just sort of say that maybe some water has kind of come out onto the floodplains a little bit. You know, try to imagine that it's an actual real environment and not just an enclosure. I am thinking about doing a video about the different ground textures, so if that's something you're interested in, or it's something you struggle with, definitely let me know if you want that. I can make that video. had a bit of a dilemma with this next part. Some of the gigas just started escaping and eating people, and I didn't know why, because I've turned off dinosaur escapes and everything, so I was pretty confused. And it turns out that it was because I had the intelligent trait on, and so they were breaking out to, you know, hunt and stuff. That was a bit weird, so I had to fix that. And I ended up having to tranquilize all of the dinosaurs in there and replace them all, which was a bit annoying, but it's quite funny. So I thought I'll just do a little bit of work on the actual park stuff. So I added some food and water. I still don't really know what to do with this section, to be honest. I've always been good at making enclosures and not so good at building the actual park. So if you have any recommendations, please do drop them in the comments below, and I'll see if I can add them. I do think I make a quite nice little seating area here though. Did try and make an effort. Let me know what you think. Alright, so that's the end of the video. A little reminder to go and check out my post page on the YouTube channel, and then you can vote for the next dinosaur to go into the park. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.